This message is specifically for my girlies who are 35 plus. If you want to be married and start a family, if that's something that's still on your bingo card, okay, you want to make it happen, you got to date a man who can. You no longer have the time to build with him, to wait for him to get the house, wait for him to get the promotion, wait for him to get the money, because time is of the
I think I've said this once before in one of my videos that when you are in your 30s, going to your 40s, or when you're in your 40s and you want to settle down, you desire a family, you don't have the luxury to make mistakes. Like seriously, you don't have the luxury to do mini mani mo yije. You have to know what you want. You have to know that this person you want to settle down with is on the same page with you. Like key people are thinking alike. You want what this person wants because you don't have that luxury of. You don't have that luxury. You just have to be sure. Okay, so let's just listen to this lady, her own explanation. I think she explained it better. But you just have to know that this person is right for you. You cannot get it wrong anymore because see, when someone is in their 20s, they can afford to get it wrong. They have the luxury of time to like correct it. But when you're in your 40s, 30s, you don't have the luxury.
I met my husband when I was 37. He was 48 and he was already in a position. He already owned a home. He already had the cars. He already had the career. He already had the money. He didn't have to save up to get me a ring. He didn't have to save up to pay for the wedding. He didn't have to try to go get a house to put me in. He was ready to go. And a lot of people judge me for this. Well, some men judge me for this because they like, oh, you didn't want to build. You didn't want to grow. I didn't have the time. Y'all love to jump down women's throats and be like, oh, you waited till you were old and you waited until your eggs were dry and all the negative comments that I get from bitter, angry men online. But yeah, I didn't have the time. I had to skip the line. How you're going to skip the line, ladies, is you have to date the man who can. If he still has to get somewhere, okay, if he's still trying to work it out, and especially if he's a man who's 45 plus, if he hasn't really figured out how to make money and sustain himself and do a little bit better, it's probably not going to happen. And I'm not saying that those men are not worthy of love or someone. Maybe they need to get with somebody who's maybe a little younger than you because they might have more time to invest into his growth overall. They might have more time to give. But for me, you had to already have it together, or I can just keep it moving, right? And maybe he could invest in someone else. But for me to be meeting my husband at 37, getting married at 38, having our son at 39,